Hi, my name is Cindy, and I am crafting fall recreations. DIY number 1, a rustic wooden pumpkin. The supplies needed include a drill, knob, saw, acrylic paint in ivory and brown, metal book corners, and hot glue. Now, Angel Nicole has a great channel and made some fall DIYs that I just could not resist. She is an excellent crafter, and her fall DIYs are quick and easy. So be sure to check out her channel and follow her. With that being said, all of my DIYs are recreated from her channel. Therefore, I am giving a shout out to Angel. I cut a piece of leftover wood that I had from making some of the other projects, and that was what would you make? I cut a piece that was 5 5/8 inches by 5.5 inches, and I painted it ivory and let it dry. Then I took some watered down brown paint and used a paper towel. I didn't have any baby wipes, but we'll have to purchase some later, to rub on the wood and wipe it down. I liked the rustic look it gave. Now, Angel did the opposite. She painted it brown and used white to dry brush, and that looked beautiful also. But you can do it either way, and I think it looks great. Next, I drilled an opening in the top, and just enough to twist a metal knob as the stem of the pumpkin. And it was just something that I had in my stash, and I liked the way it looked. It had a lot going on, but it made the wooden pumpkin stand out. Lastly, I finished it with metal book corners on each of the ends of the wood. I purchased them from Amazon some time ago, and I just used hot glue to adhere them to the corners. I really love the simplicity of this wood pumpkin. Fall Open Challenge Recreation Inspiration is exciting. The hosts are 6 kids and a glue gun and Crafty Art Shack. The co-host is Mama Can Make It. These women are so creative, and I'm sure you will not want to miss their wonderful DIYs. So be sure to subscribe, like, save, and comment on their channels. The link to their channels is in the description box below. Now, there are others that have made DIYs that you will enjoy. The link to the playlist is in the description box below. Therefore, enjoy the fall vibes coming your way. DIY number 2, a polka dot burlap pumpkin. The supplies needed include some burlap fabric, and these are just small pieces from Dollar Tree, linen type fabric from Joann's Fabrics, some ribbon, a stem from an old pumpkin, thrifted leaves, a pattern, and I used a charger as my pattern because it needed to be something round. Scissors, a pen or pencil, a large needle, and this is an upholstery needle. Now, Angel used a plastic needle, but I don't think that would have probably worked well for me, but I had a large metal needle, some embroidery thread, and stuffing from an old pillow, and some hot glue. Now, Angel made her pumpkin pillow out of a blanket. Well, I am not making a pillow, but a pumpkin following the same process. I used a charger as a pattern to cut a circle for my pumpkin. Burlap and linen type fabric was purchased from Joann Fabric some time ago. Now, that was just the linen type fabric. The burlap came from Dollar Tree. Using a pen, I drew around the charger and use scissors to cut out the circle. I threaded the needle. Now, when you thread the needle, you don't want your embroidery thread to work, so I doubled it. And then I tied a knot at the bottom. And then I just began weaving in and out around the edges. I made sure that when I stuck the needle into the fabric and the burlap, that I was in both fabrics at the same time. Then I pulled the thread and left an opening for the stuffing. You want the opening to be large enough so that you can put enough stuffing in so that it will look like a pumpkin. I pushed the stuffing into the opening and pulled the thread and closed the opening. And what I did was I kept threading it back and forth so that I could get the opening closed. Then I went around the pumpkin 4 times to make the ridges that you would normally see around a pumpkin. And because the burlap has a tendency to fray, I tied several knots at the top, and in addition, I used hot glue to prevent that from fraying at the top. I added a stem from an old pumpkin, and I just left it as its color. I could have painted it, any kind of color, but I kind of like the color, and you don't want everything all the same. You want some differences in between your fabric and your stem and maybe even the ribbon. I also hot glued some leaves on there, and then I had a little tendril. I just kind of wrapped it around my finger, and I found some turquoise organza ribbon. So you will see pictures of the pumpkin without the organza ribbon. And then at the last minute, I decided, maybe I could use a little ribbon on the pumpkin. It looks great. However, it's a lot smaller than a pillow, but I still like it, and it is following the same process, just smaller. So let me know what you think about this one. DIY number 3, a book vase. The supplies needed include a book or a faux book, rub-on transfer, white acrylic paint, gold spray paint, an X-Acto knife, Mod Podge, cardstock paper, some fall florals, magnets, and a leaf stamp. Now, Angel made her book out of a real book. However, I could not bring myself to cut up a book. Besides, I didn't have any books that I decided I would like to cut up. And therefore, I had an old faux book that I use for my DIY. I cut an opening at the top to house the florals. And, I made mine sort of rectangle, but I think if I had to do this in the future, I would just do a round opening, because I think I made mine a little bit big, but I think that's fine because what I put in it looks really good. I started out by painting my faux book white, but it was not looking too good, and I could not decide on a paper that I wanted to use to cover the entire book with any of my scrapbook paper, and believe me, I have a lot. So after it was dry, I spray painted it bright gold. Now I was beginning to like it a little bit better. I had some rub-on transfers and thought it would give an interesting look. And it was a transfer that had a whole lot of words on it. And I thought, that's okay. That would give an interesting look to the book. But it was not working as I had hoped. So I'm guessing that those rub-on transfers do not go over spray paint. on a book that's cardboard. So I decided to go with the look instead of doing it all over again. And so I just left it as it is, but I needed something else. So I took a leaf stamp that I had in my stash and I stamped 5 leaves on the front with black ink. And I just let it be instead of starting over. And to keep the book from flopping open, I used magnets to keep it closed in the lower bottom corner. On the reverse side, I did find a piece of scrapbook paper that was black and gold. And so basically what I have is a vintage and a modern look. Therefore, my book is two-sided. I like it that way, but let me know what you think. Oh, and in addition, once put the rub-on transfers, I did put Mod Podge on it, which kind of dulled the bright gold paint. So, it still looks good. Well, that is all, Z9 Designs family. Make sure you subscribe, like, save, and comment. And I want to sincerely thank you. So keep watching and follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Give me a thumbs up because it helps my channel grow. And remember, if I know what love is, it is because of God. And this is from Cindy. See you later. Bye-bye.